Hey everybody, how's it going? We got the current round 5 of season 2, down to under the final 24 hours here. So I am gonna get started on this special event, Huayra Royale. So this is a recommended PR event, and the first 4 stages, pretty doable. Certainly doable without putting any gold upgrades on. And since the payout is 100 gold total, so that's a pretty decent payout for 100% completion, plus the car itself, which of course is worth quite a bit of gold, right? That's like 950 gold if you're to buy it out. So if you want to go ahead and complete the event, then you would have to spend some gold. In my case, on my other account, I ended up spending like, I want to say 270 gold to complete the final stage. But if you're not planning on completing the final stage and just want to pick up some gold instead, then yeah, you can do that, because combined rewards of first 4 stages is 70 gold, and getting through those 4 stages, you don't need to spend any gold on this car. So that's what at least how I'm gonna start out on this third account. When I get to that final stage, I'll make my final decision then. But for now, and of course this is a special event that is, 1 stage per 24 hours, so you cannot just run through it all in one swoop. And yeah, there's gonna be plenty of these play on words. I would call it a cringy worthy play on words, as they typically tend to be in this game, such as title for stage 1, romancing the Silverstone. Romancing the Silverstone. Yeah, anyway. So, Ahmed's got his pros going here. Welcome one and all to the inaugural event of the Amazing race. Yeah, that's really forcing it, as they all are. Anyway, 4 teams of 2, each driving the dazzling Pagani Huayra R, will compete in challenges across the world for their chance to take home the prize, the Huayra R itself. So we're starting out in Silverstone, and I believe we are actually driving as our prime antagonist in the game, typically Magnus. So yeah, so stage 1, we got 4 goals to complete. So, and yeah, I think the first goal is just to win without going off track. And yeah, because I'm starting this event in the final day, essentially, of the current round. The instant upgrade and instant service offers have expired. Although on this type of events, it really doesn't make that big of a difference, because we cannot run past like maybe 1 or 2 stages at the beginning of the event, and then the event itself is locked until the next day. So, 3 hours that we were given. I mean, maybe for upgrades, it speeds up the things early on. But as I said, these take 12 hours. We can get through first 4 stages without, by the time we reach the stage 4, these upgrades, stage 1 upgrades, will be all complete. So we'll be set. And yeah, final stage at Lime Rock Park, right? The new circuit. Gets tricky. I think they have some like a requirement that force you to have to upgrade the gold upgrades. So, all right. So stage 1 upgrades are gonna take 12 hours. So we'll get that going. So by the time we get around to the next stage, perhaps they'll be ready. But for now, let's get rolling. So we just have to win without going off track. So here we go. And yeah, so the first stage or first goal here, they are driving very wide line because it's supposed to be a parade lap, and we're just being crazy here. So should be pretty easy. In fact, let's check out some different racing modes. So here's the hood view, and then let's check out the cockpit view, which is always pretty cool looking, especially Pagani's in the game. All the details they show, they render in the graphics. It's very cool. Anyway, let's hop back out so we can see the line. So we got just about every in-game character, plus the mystery champion that we got. We are not the champion this one. We are Magnus. So I'll take over the lead. Oh, you don't want to damage the car. Don't want to be too aggressive, but at the same time, you still have to win. But yeah, once we're in the lead, we can kind of take it easy. Don't want to win by too great of a margin. And keep that margin of victory nice and close, especially for these recommended PR events, because if you win by a huge margin without any upgrades this early on, the game will adjust and the bots will get that much more challenging, right? So the goal here is trying to win with least amount of resources spent. So anyway, that is good enough for goal 1. Pick up some 3,000 plus whatever clean race bonus racing dollars is. So there we go, and 600 fame points. All right, don't expect the fame payout is gonna be all that great here, but yes, my nickname in this account is actually appropriate for this event here, Magnus the imposter. So a lap around Silverstone Grand Prix takes out some 6 service bars. All right, upgrades are coming. All right, goal 1 complete. Easy victory for Magnus. As usual, you may deliver the vehicle to my Monaco address. So I guess Magnus resides in Monaco. That was the parade lap, Magnus. You nearly took out my favorite client. Who might that be? Now that our dramatic parade lap has finished, our teams are jetting off around the world to their respective challenge sites. All right, remaining in Silverstone is our hyper-competitive first team, Magnus and the champ themselves. So we know we're not the champ, so we're playing the role of Magnus. All right, on to goal 2, synchronized driving, meaning tailgating, not drafting. So you don't necessarily have to be directly behind the car in front in order to accumulate the time. We just need to stay behind within certain distance, and then before the end of the lap, we just have to win. And this time we're on the Bridge Grand Prix layout. So we go through, I think all 4 layouts of Silverstone here. In fact, the last stage, I think we go through all 3 variations of Lime Rock Park as well. So yeah, which is another reason why things get tricky, because we're thrown different track layout, especially for the new circuit. That's with a new car, that's a little funky. Adds another layer of challenge to the event, right? Of course, if you buy enough upgrades, then the bots do slow down for you as well. Not only does your car go faster and handle better, but the bots do slow down. So yeah, so there's that. But anyway, the handling of this car, most Paganis in the game, like especially Huayra, the Huayra BC and both Huayra, they tend to be more of a, I feel like they tend to be more of a grippers. Like I would call even Zonda's grippers, versus this particular Huayra R, I feel like handles more like Porsches in the game, if that makes sense. I mean, they're, relatively grippy, but they can be playful. The tail can spin, you can throw it off like that, so yeah. And what that means is when we go towards the a Lime Rock Park, which is a pretty fast track, it can get somewhat unwieldy around some of those fast bends. So you just have to get adjusted to this car. Anyway, nice and close finish for another challenge. Takes out another 5 service bars or so. All right, so that's 2 goals down. Satisfactory performance let down at the end, thereby a somewhat confusing overtake. Speaking of confusing things in this event, yeah, some of the challenge descriptions, like goal descriptions, are really vague at times. So yeah, that's not good. I want the goal to be pretty clear. I don't need all this silly Ahmed pros to be getting into the actual goal descriptions in the race. But yeah, so hopefully they don't do that again in the future. Yeah, that's just silly. All right, so anyway, a friendly reminder to our contestants that they are competing in a team, Magnus. Which brings us to our next challenge, a solo round. I say solo round, but this is really about overtaking challenge. They called a herd of Sylvias. I guess that's called a herd. Okay. Or should we call it the murder of Sylvias? What's a group of Sylvias called? Apparently it's a herd. Escape the paddock and are loose on the track. Shepherd them home. So we just have to lap all of it, the entire grid. So we got 4 laps to do it. So here we go. It's gonna be a national circuit layout this time. And we got the full 22 car grid. Right? We're starting 20 car grid, okay. So it's like Formula One. Alright, so traffic, as I was just gonna say, the traffic management is what this challenge is really about. Alright, we'll take that as a means of further slowing down the bots. So that was a bot train. Oy. Alright. Boy, they're all racing in this like odd, weird lines in between. Holy cow. Come on, guys. Keep it together. Okay, time to focus. I'm sure it'll be easier racing in the bonnet view where you get to see the cars from the front. Okay, we'll take the inside there. Then time to go on the outside. Apparently not enough room. Okay, we'll go on the inside again here. And take the take the lead. All right. Open road ahead. Okay. Time to make our move here. And now we just need to overtake everybody, the entire grid. So given the length of the circuit here, national circuit, of course, probably the shortest layout. So I am expecting to see the tail end of the grid, most likely in lap 3 at some point. Let's see, I guess, how long is a lap here at National Circuit? Because that'll tell us exactly how far of a lead we need to get from the first place, because that'll be the entire grid, right? There we go. All right, are we seeing some opponents up ahead? I think so. All right, there we are. Got some Sylvias to shepherd home, apparently. All right. So I guess we'll be wrapping it up in the final lap, I guess. Just gotta make sure we don't crash into anybody. And there we go, all lapped. And in the spirit of bot training, so it's about 2,600 meters is a lap here, as we can see from the lead that we had over the second place Sylvia. Right. And in the spirit of bot training, we'll take our time here, since we still have to win, but you know, we don't necessarily have to win by a lap. So we'll once again try to manage the margin of victory to the minimum here. So we'll just kind of go up to the finish line, and with the remaining time that we have, we'll check out the interior of this car. So we'll park right behind the finish line, and let's hop inside, check out the interior. Okay, this one doesn't have any passenger side, does it now? And you can kind of see the side view mirror. All right, so Huayra R. It's definitely a stripped down race car, it looks like. It's not really like no features that are designed to accommodate the comfort of the driver. All right, fair enough. And here comes the Silva. There we go. Another victory. So once again, 2,750 racing dollars. So payout is a little less than a lap around the Grand Prix circuit. 500 fame points. All right. But that's gonna put the car in critical condition, isn't it? Yeah, I think it would have been in critical condition whether I crashed a couple of times or not. That certainly didn't help, but that's all right. I expect the first stage goals to be still doable even with the car in critical condition. Another laughably easy first place. I do hope you will eventually provide me with some challenge, Ahmed. Don't ask for it. It's coming. For the last time, Magnus, not every challenge requires you to win. Now let's move on to the final Final O. Okay, final challenge. What do we have? Compete against your partner and win the event. All right. So I'm expecting head-to-head international circuit. Yep. And this, it's not head-to-head, but average speed challenge. I think they said 180 something. 183 kph. I think that was the target. All right, so we got quite a variety of cars in this grid. Yeah, 183. So keep those wheels on tarmac. Back in the zone. Man, look at that top speed. It's definitely a speedster. All right. So just have to keep, winning obviously is not going to be much of a challenge here. But average speed, we definitely have to keep it above the target, 183 kph. And I think they ask you to not go off track, so that's the other condition that we'll have to meet. So we may end up having to park at the end of this race, since our average speed is well above the target, even in somewhat critical condition. But yeah, 190s. $87.6. Close enough. Wouldn't want to fail the goal after doing all that. All right, so this one, 700 fame points. So this one pays out the most, I think, by a whopping 100 fame points, which really does not mean much in the grand scheme of things. Anyway, so there we go. We'll get the car serviced, since we're gonna have to wait before the next stage. So might as well get that done. And next stage, maybe some of these upgrades will be done as well, depending on when I get around to get going on the next stage. But yeah, that'll do it for stage 1. So let's collect the rewards, shall we? Gonna pick up some free gold, victory points, racing dollars. So 750 victory points, 10 gold, and 30,000 racing dollars. So that's I don't think that's enough to get me to that 60 gold reward tier. Oh yeah, it is. So look at that. That's not bad. And with that stunning performance, Magnus has secured his team's entry into the final round. We'll be back tomorrow in new lands with new faces. Any final words for the fans, Magnus? No. All right, well, that'll do it for stage 1. So stage 2, we'll have to wait till tomorrow to get through. So thanks for watching. And yeah, once again, even if you don't plan on spending gold to win the car, I would still recommend running through, get started on the event and run through those 4 stages. 70 gold and the victory points. In my case, I just added another 60 gold. So definitely, I think it's worthwhile. So jump in, get going if you haven't done so already. All right, so that'll do it for this one. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.